All right. So everybody, I want to introduce to you your director, right, Shelley? Or are you advanced director?
Yes, I'm a direct.
Shelley's a director from Spring Green, Wisconsin, and her husband have been married almost 20 years, and they have 4 kids, 2 boys and 2 girls. They range from 7 to 17, so she's still a pretty darn busy lady with lots of kids. So when she started, she was working full-time in corporate America, but then was able to quit after 2 years and be able to stay home with her kids and do Pampered Chef. So she just celebrated her 13th year with Pampered Chef, and she loves sharing the business and all that has to offer, along with showing people what they are capable of in the kitchen. So thank you, Shelley, so much for doing this training for us tonight.
You bet.
Excited to learn about it. So let's go. Tell us all about the texting parties.
Okay, so I had heard of some people doing texting parties, but they seemed pretty I didn't quite like how every day you'd send someone a post and then they would forward it on to their friends, or, and it would only last a few days. So you'd really only get a tidbit of information out to them. And I just felt like there's another way to be able to communicate all this great information, not a virtual party, but a texting party. And I do some photography on the side, and I share a lot of my albums with the customers on Google Photos. And in Google Photos, you click on it and you can scroll through. And I'm like, well, I can take all my JPEGs that I've created from my virtual parties and maybe just put them in an album, and then anybody can view it, because you don't have to have a Google account to be able to view it. And that's the nice thing with Facebook parties. I'm pretty sure you have to have a Facebook account to view it and interact. So I kind of put 2 and 2 together, and I thought, okay, I can familiarize myself with Google Photos a little bit more, which is a free service. So there's not quite the capabilities of maybe some other services that you would have. But again, it's free. Everyone can access it. So I thought, I think I'm going to give this a try. And I put it together, and Paula Brockner, my director, our upline director, helped me out to put a few things together. And we got some instructions for you, and I'm just going to go through. I've done 2 so far. One was $350 and one was over $300. And one of my new consultants that joined last month did her kickoff that way, and it was over $1,200. So I would say that that's pretty good success.
Just did my first one a little over a week ago, and it ended up at $870, $871,
Really?
something like that. And I did not do it the Google Photos way, though, because I hadn't quite learned that yet. So I had just followed lead on another one. So I'm telling you, people are interested.
Yes.
And I just booked another texting party for a girl that's not on Facebook, but wants the double burner griddle for me. So we're going to do it as a texting party. So,
super.
So thank you.
You're welcome. A lot of people, aren't on Facebook. My sister's not, so there's people that aren't on Facebook and kind of are anti-Facebook. So this is a great way. Actually, the one I'm doing this week, I have another one booked. She is on Facebook. She's like, I just think I'll do the texting party. I'm like, great, let's do it. So what I'm going to show you guys today is kind of, I think I'll open up Google Photos first and kind of take you through there. And then I'll show you, I have all the instructions written up, and I'm happy to share that with you, along with any of my folders or my slides, because I can't get thrown in jail if you use them. I just ask that you don't take them and use them on your virtual parties, just in case there would be some issues there. I mean, take them and make them your own, put them in Canva or whatever, that's fine. But if I share them with you, then I don't want to end up in Facebook jail either. So
I just made you a co-host, so it should work for you now, Shell.
Oh, to share? Oh, great.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. For some reason, you muted.
Oh, I don't always get everything right. Okay, there's my instructions. Okay, so first I will take you, and if you're familiar with Google at all, It's kind of the same concept. You know, look for the dots. You're always getting, in Google, you have to look for the dots, I always say. But you will go into these 9 dots. I just opened up Google itself. And then you'll scroll down, and on mine, oops, I'm sorry. On mine, it's right here. I think I had to move it somewhere. And then I also put it on a favorites on my Google, because I'm in it a lot now, if you can imagine. So I'm gonna go to photos. And this is gonna take me right to the albums that I've created. And actually, these are my pictures. I gotta move you guys. There we go. So I'm gonna go right to my albums here. Okay, and you can see I'm gonna use the one that I did for my uncle. My uncle did one for me. So this is what it looks like. Actually, I'll show you how to create one first. And like I said, all these are in the instructions, so no worries. Or if you have questions, please feel free to message me. I'm totally fine with that. So to create a new album, you'll just go create album like this, hit the little plus sign, and then make it, give it a title. So we'll do Kelly's Texting Pampered Chef Party. And then I like to, right now I like to put on there, click picture to scroll through. So people understand, because some people get there and they're like, oh, they're little bitty pictures. No, they're not. It's a really big picture. And then what you can do is you can upload everything to your Google Photos. That's fine. But I prefer to save mine on a file on my desktop, just because I found that to be a little bit easier to keep track of, because your Google Photos usually syncs with your telephone photos, so they throw everything out of sorts. So I just found that the best way is to get to the pictures that way. So if you didn't see, I'm sorry. Right here, I click select photos, and then you can either click them from here, but I'm going to say select from computer. So I'm going to go to my texting party, and then you can just import them that way. You can just highlight whatever you want. I'm going to highlight them all here and open them up. And then they just take a few seconds to upload. The nice thing about this too is you can put little videos in here. That's so great. I discovered that on accident. I'm like, wait, maybe this will work. So I'm gonna start doing a little welcome video, nothing special. I have, I think, a video in here of the simple slice, like 16 seconds. I put in my video of the deluxe cooking blender that I did. And so that's in there too. So I mean, this is a great outlet to be able to utilize for this. So I have put, uploaded the photos, and I'll show you something else too. If you want, once you've created yours, you can copy your albums. I'll show you that in a minute. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So I put Kelly's Texting Party. So a few ways to maneuver this. The only downfall I've found to Google Photos is nothing stays in order. It comes into order by the date you've created it. So that's why every time when you upload, you'll just have to move things around. Not a big deal. So I said, go to the dots. So up here, you're gonna have a lot of options up in the upper right-hand corner. I gotta move you guys again. You're gonna say for a lot of it to edit album. And then you're gonna be able to just move things around wherever you want. And I'm just clicking on them and sliding them around, as you can see. Super easy to do. Like these, this or that, you're getting a lot of quality products with these, and I don't even know where they came from. Paula gave them to me. So I have some like this, keep calm and shop, pampered shop. I'm gonna want this at the end. So let's just pretend it's a little jigsaw puzzle that you're trying to put together. Oops, I must not clicked it right. Ready, set, shop. I have that at the beginning. Whoops. Oh, it's thinking I'm moving 2 of them now. And you can just organize them What?
You could, Shelley, you could probably even have like a Google Doc typed up with the order of what your pictures are. So then
Oh,
you
for
could
sure.
usually be like 1, 2, 3, you know, so you could do that. Kind of
Definitely.
when you make an outline for a virtual party, you kind of have things, you know, in order. So
Right, right, exactly. So then you'll just have to adjust every time. And it doesn't take that much time. I mean, this is the only really part, you know, obviously you're going to want to update your monthly specials and that kind of thing. So this is my first one. And then when you're done moving stuff around, you just, up in the upper left over here is a little check mark. You just have to hit that.
nice.
So what they're going to see, I'm going to click on the first one. And they are just going to be able to scroll right through these. And they can do this on their telephone too. I need to take this one out because I have the green, the green cool and serve stuff in there. But I did a lot of these up just from, you know, I use Share, which is a posting party application. And I would just put the, I would just put the Spice Your Life in, and then I would type all the verbiage up in the area. Well, with this, I use Canva because, again, it's free and it's very easy to use. And just type all these up, and it makes it really easy. I mean, it could take, and see here, you can do a little video to it. Just takes a second to upload, but it just makes it kind of fun. Add your own personal touches, just like you would a virtual party. So you can see, you can just scroll right through all this fun stuff. I do have a little welcome. Oh, that needs to be, this is my March stuff, so. Also, you can do a few things from here. You can download individually. You can move to the trash, or I would just remove things from your album, because if you move it to trash, whatever album you have it in, I think it deletes it. I don't know. There's a little funky little thing to that. And when you want to get out of here, you can just go like that. So I do have somewhere, you know, I put a little story about myself. Oh, here it is. You know, as an introduction, like I said, I might do a little video, and then that was usually at the beginning. And at the end, I did a little something too that says, thanks for shopping with us today. Go back to your email, and I'll show you that, and go to the link to order. So you have to give them instructions on what to do, obviously. So you're gonna, and just like a virtual show, you want a beginning, a middle, and end. Just like a cooking show, you want a beginning, middle, and end. So that's kind of what I did to create that. Also, just a little tippy trick. You can, to edit your album, you can just click in the title up here too and move stuff around. So just a little tip. I found a few tips around here. To add more photos, I just clicked up here in the upper right, this square with the plus sign. And that way you can go through and add all these photos. Add more photos from either your computer or your Google Photos. To share this, you're going to want to know how to do that, because you're going to send the link. What I have found is nice is I make up one text to send to the hostess, and she can just forward that on to her friends. So there's one text that she has to forward. And then we said maybe to do a 24-hour party, but I'm finding like a 72-hour party, and over a weekend works really well. So that's just, you know, it's experimental, just like all our things that we do. So right here with the little Pac-Man mouth is what I always call it. You hit share, and then you hit create a link. And this is a link to put, to direct anyone from their phone, from their laptop, from their iPad, anything. You just copy that and you can paste it right into the instructions. And then once you've done that, you're going to want to, how do I do that now? Go to options, and you want to say, click off the collaborate button. This will not allow people to move anything around, to add photos, that kind of thing, just as a precautionary. You don't want people messing around with it. So you're going to want to click that off. Some other things, let's see. Oh, another great thing is people can comment on these posts. So I can't remember. Let's see. They can start as their favorite, and down here in the lower right, it says say something. So you can, a customer or a guest can put on there the Italian, oh wow, I can't spell, a Southwestern seasoning is my favorite. The thing with this is I'm not quite sure if everybody that has joined will get this text back. So I have to do a little more research on that. But it's nice because you can play games now. You could, have more interaction than just the normal text. This is a way to interact people too. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
Okay.
Shelley, you said that you do like a Google Doc too, like for a door prize?
Oh, yes, I do a game. Let me find it here, since I don't have it all in order. I could go to one of my other ones too, I guess. Okay. Oops. Wrong one. I have a lot of ones, I guess. That's it. Oh, here it is. And I usually do this towards the beginning. How about a game? They put my contact information in and put as a Pampered Chef Shelley. That way you know how to get in touch with me. And also text me your name and your hostess, and I will send something fun back to you. What I will send back to them is a JPEG of a little recipe that I have. I mean, it doesn't have to be anything. And you can do this in your virtual parties too, so that makes it kind of nice. So yeah, that's another way to interact.
Do you know, I just was curious because when I did the texting party that I did, one of my posts, or one of my texts, I should say, was a link to fill out a Google form for like a door prize. Do you think that you could put that like in the title of the album and it would be clickable, or no?
I have no idea.
Okay, I wondered if you tried anything like that.
I hadn't.
That's
3w.
Oh yeah, just do your website quick and see.
Doesn't look like it would, but they could copy and paste it. I mean, that's an option too.
Yeah. So that's just something
yeah, definitely. I mean, there's so many ins and outs. I've played with it quite a bit, but you never know everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of how you set it up and import and share. I'm gonna show you a little bit about. And to get out of here, on the upper left here, I'm going to Google Photos. This takes you back to your albums. So I'll show you, let's see. There's one of them here to move all your cute little faces here. Oh, the other thing I'll show you too, this is the one that I'm just doing right now. You want to set up an album cover. So the first slide that they see, so you just say, I hit the 3 little dots here, set album cover, and then you literally just pick the picture and hit done. So that's kind of a nice thing too. Let's see here. What was I showing you again? I just totally blanked.
Album cover.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought there's another reason I got in here. So, I know what I was going to tell you. You can share, like I could take this and create a whole new album. All you need to do is, I forgot now. Okay, you would say you're adding, this was adding to the album, I'm sorry. You can see my husband's hair all done by my daughters. Well, I know it's on my instructions, so I'll get back to you on that one. Okay, I want to show you the text that you would send to your hostess and some instructions. So make sure Are you able to see that now?
Yeah.
Are you seeing it says texting parties?
Oh, no. It's
Okay.
your photos thing.
Okay, let me stop share and reshare. For some reason, my computer.
Yeah, that happens to me sometimes too.
Okay, good. All right, here we go. So here are the instructions on texting parties. So here is how to ask for a texting party. Some verbiage for you. So, you guys can hit the ground running with this. Okay, now you have a host. You want to do hostess coaching. It's the same as any other you would do with a cooking show, you would do with a virtual show. You want to coach them. I recommend 20 to 25 people that they send it to. This is all really new, so we're just kind of coming up with some things. We said close out in 24 hours, but like I said, the couple people are like, oh, that's not quite enough time. And so you can make it a 24-hour if you need to be green on the 27th of the month or something like that. But like I said, actually, I'm going to change it to.
And I did mine, we did it on a Thursday night and we picked 8:30 because mine was where I was going to text 10 messages so it would last for 15 minutes. And but we said your orders had to be in by Sunday, but there was an incentive for them to order that night, that kind of stuff. Kind of the same thing. Sent them a picture of a recipe if they texted by that night. And then I did something else if they filled out my door prize slip. So like I said, we got orders that night, but then I had more orders by Sunday. So I think it's worth leaving it open for a few days.
I do too. I really think that, people are busy. I know people are on their phones a lot, but they're still like, okay, I need to get this done first and I'll come back. So I definitely would recommend maybe the morning of when you're closing it, just to send out a little reminder. And I did a little, which I'm happy to share too, that says party orders due tonight, and it's a little rabbit from Alice in Wonderland with the clock or something like that. Just make it cute. It doesn't have to be verbiage. It can be just a little picture that the hostess can just forward on.
Sure.
And also know you can email this link too. So if there's people they want to email this to, maybe they don't have their phone numbers, their work co-workers or something like that, that works great too. So and
honestly, there wouldn't be any reason why they couldn't send them in Facebook Messenger either.
Oh yes, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, if they just chose not to do a Facebook or a virtual party. No reason. You bet. Here's just the verbiage. Hi, I'm having a fun texting party. Here's how it works. So we thought that it would be better to explain what each link is so they don't click it and then miss something. So we explained what each link is. Link 1 is the fun party post with the current specials and recipes. And I said, for now, I'm saying feel free to comment with posts, but that might be something you want to kind of play with first. Okay. I'd love to hear how some of the products you already own, blah, blah, blah. Link 2, view the current online catalog and place your order. And then click 3, I did do a survey slip, and I was just giving people, I'm not in direct ship, so I was saying $1 off your shipping and handling. But you can do a recipe, you can do whatever if they fill it out. Just like any other party, you want to tell them when you're closing, any questions, and then here's when I put the posts or put the links. So here's like the link that I showed you. You would copy and paste that from your Google Docs. Current online catalog. This is your party link. And then I do have instructions if you don't know how to create a Google form on how to do that in here also. But this is where I would put my Google form link.
And my team, if you need help with that, I can help you as well.
Yeah, like I said, there's instructions. I mean, I can take the time if you want, but.
No.
So here, setting up an album in Google. And this is how you set it up on a laptop. I'm not familiar with how you do it on your phone. I'm sure it's about the same. How to edit your album, how to duplicate an album, which I was trying to show you before I could remember. Create a link to the album, create a link to your, sorry, my fingers are too fast here.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
When you just said you wouldn't know how to set up for your phone, wouldn't it be almost the same way? Because technically your laptop, if you're using the same email on your phone, it should all be connected, so you'd have everything at your fingertips anyways.
Oh, definitely. I just don't know how you
Right?
would upload, like from here. I think I said like how to go to your folder and get it or something like that. But obviously you might not have a folder on your phone to grab it from. So that would be the only difference. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, totally.
I was just a little confused at what you said, so I was trying to clarify a little.
No, that's fine. Totally fine. And I have so much to learn too. So this is still pretty new, but I mean, I think it's going to really take off and help people be green. I mean, an extra $600 that I just got from these the last couple weeks. So here's how you can create a Google survey slip. And what to do as a consultant. You know, you're going to want to set up your show on Consultant's Corner. You want to set up your party album in Photo Docs, create your survey slip. That's just a one-time thing because you can continue to use the same survey slip, which is nice. Just some little other tips, like I showed you how to lock so no one could add or move your photos around.
I have a quick question. I'm sorry.
Sure, honey.
My question is, you said set it up in Consultant's Corner. Is it considered a Facebook party? Is it a catalog party? Is it a? Do you see what I'm trying to ask?
You would just put it as a virtual party.
I did.
Yeah.
I wanted to clarify.
No, that's fine.
That's what I would do, because you don't really the only difference, Connie, between having it listed as a cooking show and having it listed as a virtual party is cooking shows give you the express party checkout code. Virtual parties do not. And for a while, the only reason Pampered Chef had it categorized that way is because they wanted to see how many people were doing virtual parties, how many people were doing cooking shows. They were doing it for statistics. So, but that's really, so yeah, I would just mark it as a virtual. That's what I did for my texting party.
I did too, so. Great, thanks, Connie. Just the other things, you know, downloading your photos, and there's my contact information. And I did send this to Kelly to share with all of you. So that's about how I've been doing it. You know, any questions? I'd be happy to answer.
Let me unmute everybody. Hold on here.
I'll stop sharing.
I was trying to keep it so we kept the feed nice and, or the recording nice and clear.
Thank you.
Okay, so there we go. And then, okay, whoops. All right, everybody should be, maybe not. Unmute. Okay, so everybody is now. So if anybody has a question, please feel free to ask Shelley.
Connie, go for it.
No, you may not. You don't have to. Okay, I'm really kind of confused. Okay, for this texting party, is it the party lasts within 24 hours? Your host is communicating to her guests, but her guests are actually going to Google Photos and seeing all the posts there. I'm just making sure it's up here. And that is considered the party. You don't do it each day. You do it for a 24-hour period of time, correct?
Yeah, 24, 48, however long you want to do it. Yeah.
Okay. I was just wondering that too.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
Decide, just like you would with any other party,
right,
when you want to close it. Like I just said, I did my texting party on Thursday. I did my texts, and then I just told the guests, okay, you have until Sunday to order.
Okay.
But you're sending that Google photo in a text message that the host is sharing that.
Yeah. Okay.
So that the link, the Google Photos link, you give that to the host sends it to her guests then click on it and they go and they can see. Do they have to download Google Photos in order to see that?
No, that's the nice thing about it.
Okay.
Anyone has access to it. So that's, you know, there's the Squee platform. People have to log into that, create an account. You know, I just thought there's got to be something else we can do. And with this, you know, you don't have to do any of that. You don't have to log in. You don't have to create an account, anything. It just makes it really user accessible. And I can show you, I'll pull it up here first, the text that I would send people. So what I do is hostess coach, and then I would send out forward her or him the text to send, and then basically they send it out, and people can access it as many times as they want. So if they want to click through it quick and go back to it, that's great. I mean, there's nothing that says you can't. That's the kind of nice thing. It just stays there until you're done.
So they scroll through it at their leisure.
Exactly. You got it.
And
But
that's,
it stays in the order you put it though. So they see it in a certain
Right.
order you created. Okay.
and
Right. That's why I like to do the start to finish. So here's the email.
Shelley, let me say something real quick about that. And that's what's nice, the difference between this and between just doing a text, like just sending texts, because I sent 10 different texts, people commented in between. So if they wanted to go back up and watch a video that I posted, they had to scroll back up through the text messages. So I like the idea that this is just all in those photos, and then everything's within there. So you're not having, like I explained to the people that your phone is going to blow up for like 15 minutes and then it's done. You know what I mean? Well, this is not going to happen because they'll just click on that Google Photos and the pictures will just be all there for them to look at their leisure.
Right. Exactly. So that makes it kind of nice. Like, oh, I know that Jill sent me this texting thing. I'll just look for Jill's text and go back through. So this is what the hostess would be sending. What the hostess will be forwarding on to each one of their friends. Link. Tell them about it. I want a little explanation for it. And then here is the link to go through it. Looks like it's opening up here.
Are you trying to click on your form?
Does it show you the Google form now, or the Google?
No, we're still looking at the texting
Okay.
party sheet.
I have to reshare, sorry.
Yeah, no, I know that mine does that too.
So when I click that link, it took me right to this. Ta-da! Here's the texting party. They're gonna click on here and then be able just to scroll right through. Ta-da!
Yeah, this is much sleeker than the other way. Like I said, the other way worked, but
yeah, it definitely worked.
This would be a lot nicer. You wouldn't have to bombard their text messages.
Right. And it's all in one little spot. You don't have to worry about, like you said, scrolling back, getting their phone blown up, that kind of thing. So yeah, I just think I put in some little recipes that I had. Definitely want recruiting thing, because one of my new recruits, she's like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. And basically what I did, the few personalized pictures, I just changed my name, sent it to her. She could upload it in her album, and voila. It's really something easy to share. It's something that you're not going to get thrown in Facebook jail about. So I just think it's kind of slick, and hopefully it can help you in your business.
I got a question to ask. Normally, like in my video, I like to post the little videos that they have on Pampered Chef about how to clean your blender, or can you post videos into that or no?
Yes, you can. Yeah, definitely.
What about going live on or like filming yourself, making something quick to show on there? Definitely. How would you put that on there, the video?
Same thing. Same way that you would upload your pictures. You would have your video saved in a folder, and you just bring it, upload it like you would anything else. So
DJ, you probably have to upload it to YouTube, I bet. I bet you would have to, probably to get a link, wouldn't you think, Shelley?
Nope. I have my videos saved on my desktop, and it's like a photo. To Google Photos, it's just like a photo. You're just uploading a little video.
From your phone?
Oh, I'm sorry, from my phone. I did mine from my laptop.
Okay.
I would think if you record yourself on your phone, you should just be able to upload it to Google Photos and then pull it from there.
That makes sense.
There you go. Thanks, Jenny.
Okay.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, quick question.
Oh, wait, let DJ finish, Jen.
Link number 2, is that to like their party? So it'd be like pamperchef.com/party/ like, I don't know if it was my party, it'd be Jenny Bach or something like that.
Yes, it would take you right to your party page, or the hostess's party page.
All right, thank you.
You bet.
Okay, DJ, go.
Oh no, I was done. That was my question.
Okay,
As I was
okay, good.
just, I just didn't want to interrupt Jen because it was okay.
I didn't want to not get your question answered, hon. Sorry about that.
And she answered it. It was just I didn't. She mentioned something earlier about video, but in hers when she was showing us, she didn't show us a video that was added in there, so I was a little confused. I wanted to make sure I was hearing her right because I was a little late because of a doctor's appointment, so I didn't catch all the video.
No worries. No worries.
Anybody else have a question? And we can certainly play with this a little bit, guys. I don't know how many of you have used Google Photos. A lot of times, Google Photos is already loaded like onto your phone. So you probably have photos in there that you don't even realize that are being saved to it. You know, so because things load to my iCloud, but then they also load to my Google Photos. So yeah, it's probably out there and you don't even realize it if you've never clicked on it before.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I found that it's easy to use. It just takes a little bit of maneuvering around, but like I said, I have all those instructions to kind of help.
So question, one more thing that I just kind of thought in my head, and maybe I'm thinking too hard about this, but you said you could duplicate the album, but you couldn't just like redo the title of it and just share the same album again, correct? Like, could you just do that?
You could, just I wanted to, you know, probably like after maybe a month or something, I would redo it. Because people can still continue to click in there.
Okay, so that's so it would
it's kind of a live link or whatever you want to say. Yeah, in case anybody would just be going back the next week and be like, oh, I forgot that recipe.
Well, and probably people's, if they commented, then the comments would be all on there.
Yes.
Okay, so that would make more sense to have like a whole new album. Okay.
Right.
And where do the comments appear when you're in Google Photos? Where, like that one little comment that you had typed in?
Yes, it comes up on the side.
On the side of the photo?
Yep, when it, like when you're scrolling through, it'll come up on the side and it'll say who did it. And I think it will give me a notification like new activity or something like that. But like I said, that's something I got to play a little bit more with, but it's an option that's there. So I think it's great.
Well, and I think the thing is that what we need to remember is that not, like you said, not everybody's on Facebook, and there's people who don't want to be on Facebook. And so this brings a new outlet for them that aren't on Facebook. And I know that there was another girl on our team that's a little bit younger, and she uses Instagram and stuff and Snapchat and stuff more. So since we're not on those platforms yet, a texting party was very interesting to her because her friends don't use Facebook. So I know that home office is in the process of running an Instagram pilot right now. So trying to figure out how to do parties on Instagram. So I know that's a potential thing that might be coming because that's another, you know, that millennial generation is more, you know, so having another way to do things, like I said, my sister-in-law sent me a message today that her principal at her school really wants the double burner griddle, but she didn't really want to pay $100 or $200 for it. And so I just messaged her and I said, you know, we could do Facebook or we could do a texting party, because I know sometimes a lot of teachers and educators don't like to be on Facebook.
Right, exactly.
Their students trying to friend them and stuff like that. So that's why I worded it that way to her in particular. So, and she was like, oh, I don't do Facebook, so I'd love to try the texting thing. So I was like, perfect.
Great.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay. So that'll be my goal, because that's not for 2 weeks. So that'll be my goal, to try to figure out a Google one before that. So if I can figure this out.
It's super easy. And I'm happy to send you I've created kind of a master list, and I'll send you the link to that to share with everybody too.
Okay, that sounds good.
Sounds good. Like I said, I can't go to jail for it, so.
Right. Yeah, well, that is one of the nice things about it, because, you know, even if we start doing Instagram parties or whatever, you know, they are owned by Facebook, so I'm sure they'll find some way to make it too.
Right.
At some point. So, anybody else have any more questions? Otherwise, we'll get you guys off of here. No.
I'm okay with it.
Yes, Deb.
How will you send that to me?
I'll send it to you, Deb.
Oh, okay.
I'll send it to you personally, girl.
Shelley.
Always. Deb was my roommate at conference last year, so we know each other pretty well.
Yep. This is how conference might look this year. Just no, I'm just kidding. We'll see.
I think we'll hear something tomorrow, won't we, on our call?
Yeah. So we're supposed to, the directors and above should find out tomorrow. So we'll know some more. We should know more tomorrow. So hopefully we'll get to
But I
share.
was looking forward to the trip. Get away from Arizona. It's hot down here in July.
Oh, you're in Arizona.
I know. I have a feeling though that is what is going to be leaning towards is a virtual event. McCormick Place is a medical center right now.
Yes.
Right.
And the other thing that's the big issue is the reason we went back downtown this year and didn't stay at Rosemont is because they were going to include the Canadian consultants. And that's an issue right now too, because Canada has a no travel restrictions.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
They're going to be lifted by July. And I don't think it would be a very cost effective thing for Pampered Chef to try to hold that convention or, conference without the Canada consultants at McCormick Place, which might not even be open anyway. You know what I mean?
Right.
At that time. So we just went through, Shelley and I, we just did, oh no, you weren't on Empower, weren't you, Shelley?
I was not, no.
We just did Empower last week with Home Office, Advanced Directors and Above. It was a leadership convention that they had to do. They had to switch that within a 2-week period. It had to switch to a virtual setting. And I'm telling you, I have no doubt in my mind that if we have to do national conference virtually, they pulled Empower off without any problems. And they did that in like 2 weeks. And I'm like, that was brilliant. And they had field managers were all at their own homes. So Kathy was in Denver and Stacia was in Ohio and, Jesse and Judy Joel were in the Chicago area, so they were doing it from all over the United States and it went off without a hitch. I was like,
wow,
very impressed. Very
wow.
impressed. Not really any technical stuff happened. So if they can pull that off in as quick of a time as they did, I think that will be good for conference if that has to go this way. So I have
Trust Home Office. They're amazing.
They do a great job. So, but thank you, Shelley. We really, really appreciate it.
I bet. I hope it helps.
Yeah. And, any of you guys, if you decide to give it a try, let us know, or, because maybe we can kind of work together, on a phone call together and see if we can get things loaded into an album and stuff and kind of work together on it. So we really appreciate the information, Shelley, and watch for some news, bandwagon team for me coming tomorrow about something we're going to do on Sunday. So watch for that. And thanks guys for joining us tonight. Okay.
Great to see everybody. Good luck for the rest of the month.
Yep. Thank you. And I'll have the video, I'll load it and do the replay so you guys can watch again if you need to. Okay.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Have a good night, guys. Thanks.
Stay safe.
Thanks. You too.